We won't be showing any new Star Wars games at EA Play Live on July 22nd, but all of us look forward to celebrating with you next year when we share our vision for the galaxy far, far away. What? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Initial reaction is anger, then disappointment, then optimism. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to Star Wars fans suffering by the lack of new Star Wars games. This was posted by EA Star Wars just this morning. We are 1 week away from EA Play Live, and I mean, this kind of announcement should have been made weeks ago, right? Unless they still weren't sure, unless they were still planning which games would be ready to showcase at EA Play. I'm sure the teams at EA have been busy behind the scenes preparing their EA Play Live marketing campaigns, getting the presentation ready while the developers work on the new games. But this just feels like poor planning and is super disappointing for all the Star Wars fans. Let's be real, at this stage the new Star Wars game scene feels a bit dead. There's no hype at the moment. Battlefront 2's over, Jedi Fallen Order is nearly 2 years old, and Squadrons was niche. And we're still waiting on the new LEGO Star Wars, which could have something to do with why we're not hearing anything about EA's plans for Star Wars. The decision to not reveal anything at EA Play Live honestly might not have even been EA's decision. This could be coming from Disney and Lucasfilm, the higher-ups. Perhaps they want fans to focus on the new LEGO Star Wars, which TT Games will hopefully be unveiling and releasing over the next few months. Perhaps they're trying to get everyone's attention looking towards that, but we can speculate all we like. But the fact is, this is disappointing. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. All right, to start, I want to focus on the good news. The fact EA are actually communicating this before we get to EA Play Live is a good thing. Can you imagine how much worse this would have been if they'd said nothing and we all tuned into EA Play Live on July 22nd, watched through the entire presentation, and there was no Star Wars? There would have been riots in the streets, people would have been mad. At best, this tweet is damage control. EA aren't stupid. They know this news is disappointing, which is part of the reason why this might not have been their decision. There's actually been quite a few hints in the past that working with Lucasfilm and managing the Star Wars license can be tricky. Lucasfilm can be slow to communicate their plans, and back at Gamescom in 2019, I asked Dennis Brandville, the former Battlefront 2 lead dev, to tell me the hardest part of his job. And in one word, this is what he said.
What's the hardest part of adding new content to the game, like heroes, reinforcements, maps, that kind of thing?
Approvals.
Getting content approved from Lucasfilm is something I've personally heard takes time and can be a frustrating process for developers. That's one of the difficulties of working with such a massive brand and IP that EA don't own. Literally everything they do, everything they put in their Star Wars games, every decision needs to be approved by Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm are responsible for managing Star Wars as a brand. They're responsible for continuity, for keeping things within the universe, and for looking after the Star Wars image. So when you take that and you partner it with game developers who are some of the most talented, creative people you'll ever meet, they're always beaming with ideas, I guarantee you they'd have approached Lucasfilm with dozens of ideas for Star Wars games and what they wanted to include, the stories they wanted to tell, the characters they wanted to use, and Lucasfilm would have been able to only accept a handful. But for Lucasfilm, it's all about timing. It's all about what else they're releasing for Star Wars. If the games they're making align with their plans for TV shows, books, films, and adding to the Star Wars universe. And perhaps Lucasfilm just aren't ready for EA to start talking about new Star Wars games just yet. All that said, EA are still attempting to rebuild their reputation with Star Wars fans. Even after the work they put into improving Battlefront 2, and after the success of Jedi Fallen Order and Squadrons, they're still yet to earn the trust of so many Star Wars fans out there who are still salty about Battlefront 2's release, about the license being given exclusively to EA for so long, and about the fact that in the LucasArts era, there were so many Star Wars games being released, 2 per year at a minimum. Different times back then, but for so many people, this tweet just isn't good enough. It should have been made clear earlier. A few weeks ago, it was announced that Dragon Age 4 and the new Mass Effect game wouldn't be at EA Play Live, so why couldn't we have gotten the Star Wars tweet then as well? Why couldn't we have gotten this information earlier so that we're not expecting anything early, and so they're not building our expectation at all? But even that said, there could have been at least least some little tease or a hint of something at EA Play. Not even the title of a game is what I'm asking for if they're not ready. How about just drop us a clue or an Easter egg, a planet name, an era? I'll take anything. Unfortunately, again, I think the fact they've said nothing at all is damage control. A few weeks ago, I made a video about a video EA made 5 years ago. EA Star Wars: A Look Ahead, published to the EA Star Wars YouTube channel in 2016, was a showcase of all the EA studios working on Star Wars games. The fact they're not releasing new info about their future plans, which studios are even making Star Wars games, and details on the games is to avoid people getting disappointed if something goes wrong down the track. Project Ragtag is the perfect example, the action-adventure game being developed by Visceral, showcased in this video, only to be cancelled a year later, to everyone's disappointment. So, after their rocky relationship with Star Wars games and fans, EA don't want to create an expectation saying, hey, this studio is working on this kind of Star Wars game, something you can expect to see coming soon, only to have to cancel it, crushing our hopes and dreams. Which might not even be in their control. Like I said, when it comes to Star Wars, Lucasfilm are in charge. So they could be the ones to pull the plug on a project if they don't like where it's going, or if they change their minds about future Star Wars releases. All the blame can't be given to EA, I think. So when will we be hearing about new Star Wars games? Well, I think this tweet is more carefully worded than you first thought. But all of us are looking forward to celebrating with you next year when we share our vision for the galaxy far, far away. Celebrating with you, as in Star Wars Celebration? That seems to be what this means, right? Considering Star Wars Celebration was cancelled both last and this year, 2022's event will likely be full of massive reveals, and hopefully there'll be a heavy focus on Star Wars games. It seems likely at the moment, seeing as though we've heard nothing in a long time now. At the last Celebration in 2019, EA and Respawn revealed Jedi Fallen Order. There was a 40-minute panel with the developers. Cameron Calculated Kestis was there, and they showed off the reveal trailer. So I think it's possible we'll get a look at the new Star Wars game being developed by Respawn at the next event, which is likely Jedi Fallen Order's sequel. But that might not be releasing until 2023, and there'll likely be, hopefully, more games than just that. Honestly though, this really sucks. Star Wars Celebration is 10 months away. It takes place May 26th to 29th, 2022. So obviously, they're not ready yet. The games aren't ready yet, Lucasfilm aren't ready, and there's more in the pipeline before this event. Let's just hope the new LEGO Star Wars and even that small Star Wars Hunters game releases soon so they can carry us until we get some news. But seriously, some of the reactions to this tweet are hilarious. What is this? And valid, I'll give you that. There's just no hype for Star Wars games right now, and I mean, it doesn't have to be so consistent that there's always something to look forward to. The fact EA have said they're doubling down on Star Wars games, that they're working on new games, and they'll be revealing more in the future, for now, is enough. If they're not ready, they're not ready. As much as that sucks for us, but hey, I'd rather see something revealed close to release than be waiting years on a game to finally come out and potentially be disappointing. Cyberpunk, anyone? For now, we'll just have to be a little more patient. But please let me know your thoughts on EA's decision down below. How did you react to this? Did you punch a hole in your wall? I want to see the photo. And while you wait for new Star Wars games to be revealed, go and watch one of these videos here about some awesome fan-made Star Wars games you can play right now. And follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for lots more Star Wars gaming, news, updates, and everything you need right up to date. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.